Again, continue my journey on Final Fantasy XVI. And last time we managed to reach this area. So we are now in Lazarus district. And okay, let's go forward.
I suppose we owe you our thanks. You spared us when you could have just as easily sent us to the mud.
We'll show them that the fire in our hearts is not so easily quenched.
The Black Shields won't know what hit them.
You're telling me that's not
Okay, there is a shop. Quartermaster.
What is it you require?
Okay. Ah, there is Kaya blade. Code workshops. Battle chains. Crimson tassels. Ah, this costs 20. Is the color part that feeds my rates. Increases limit break generation. Okay, this is a good item, but you need more. Kill. I check, can I sell anything? I own 12. Of course I could sell some. Fire, so many. So I'm actually able to sell if there is a need.
It has been an honor.
Tell us then, Sir Wade. What is your plan?
Nothing fancy. You, Lady Jill and I make for Brewit Bridge and provoke the main host at their encampment. Sensing an opportunity to end the Guardians, the Black Shields will call for reinforcements, who will be met from the rear by parties of my brothers hidden throughout the surrounding hills. This will allow us to wage battle on the bridge without fear of being overwhelmed. While the Black Shields have an advantage in numbers, you see, they prefer to fight in small units, which we can use to our advantage.
How small exactly?
Small enough, now that I have you and Lady Jill for company. I doubt I could have done this on my own.
But until we arrived, that was your plan. You haven't changed a bit.
So Wade, the bearers from Aldale have been laid to rest.
Very good. Now make ready for battle.
As you command.
Thank you, Sir Wade. Perhaps now they will find peace.
There is but one thing which will grant them peace. Putting an end to the Black Shields.
And so we shall.
Maybe what is the party members? Throughout the main scenario, Clive will often be joined by various companions who are keen to lend their assistance. However, depending on Clive's destination, they may choose to remain behind at the hideaway. And I check one thing, what kind of skills do I have, or abilities? Flames of rebirth, feel of bikes. Okay, and quite good. Let's look this. Okay, we have Deadly Embrace, Cog, Wicked Wheel, Phoenix Shift, Flames of Rebirth, and then this Blind Justice, Pile Drive. Maybe I change. Let's look at abilities. What do we have here? Okay, these are Thunderstorm. Do I have? Oh, yes, I have already have it. Lightning Rod. And then there is Judgment Bolt. But this requires more. This I can buy. Limit Break. I think I have already. This I have. Ignition. Okay, this I already have. I can upgrade it. I think I take this lightning rod. Then ignition. And let's change. I changed this one. I want to test this. Here is also confront Black Seals, main point. Okay, maybe I check still quest. Blacklight confront the Black Seals main host. Okay, so it's better to go back.
May the blessing of the Phoenix go with you.
How long have you been pursuing the Black Shields?
Since they burned their first village. We tracked down the bastards responsible and fed their corpses to Stillwind. Suffice to say, that got their attention. It's been a game of cat and mouse ever since.
Bastards are lucky I didn't have my axe.
There they are. On your command, my lord.
Okay, it's attacking time.
What is it now?
I told you! We bear a message for the Viceroy. From the Guardians of the Flame. Ha! You presume to tell us that a pair of filthy vagabonds, a woman and a dog, could guard aught against the might of the Black Shields? Then come! Die along with your flame!
Great words.
For us area!
For us area!
Your petty revolution ends here. On these our swords we swear.
Bloody hell!
Reinforcements from the far bank!
Another Wyvern to fight their battle for. Nice try. I needed that.
More dragons.
Works. The Imperials aren't taking any chances. I can't say I'm flattered.
Nice try. Thanks, boy. Nice try.
A noble stand, albeit a misguided one. In taking it, you have but proven our point. That this land is in dire need of cleansing.
Well done, Torgal.
there's no one left to keep them occupied. We need to finish this.
You ain't finished him.
Oh, there is Imperial Link, Dragon Talon, and then 3 material units.
I don't see any more.
Nor do I. The plan worked.
It did. It bloody worked. We sent every last one of the rotten bastards straight to the mud! My, Lord, perhaps this will be enough to stop the Cullings. For the time being, at least.
Perhaps. Though I doubt my mother will take this loss well. She'll move swiftly to see her minions' ranks replenished.
And then it will all begin again. I often wonder if the nation we once knew is gone for good. Her fields rot. Her people starve. We battled to preserve the flame that was, but for every foe we fell, another springs up in its place. Yet be that as it may, it is still our home, and we must fight for it. As we always have, and always will. For as long as the Firebird's flame burns in our hearts, the Duchy cannot die. And her loyal subjects may dream of a day when the Rosarian standard flies over Rosalith once more.
So wait,
Think we should fall back to Port Isolde before the garrison sends reinforcements? A sound strategy, my lord.
Complete. And again, little bit crafting material. They came back to the headquarters.
And how long has my uncle been funding you and your comrades' endeavors?
Since the beginning. Lord Byron was the first person I turned to after forming the Guardians. And had I known of this tunnel back then, I wouldn't almost have been hanged by the city guard for trying to sneak over the wall.
I suppose a formal request for an audience would have appeared suspicious.
And appearances must be maintained. Were the Vice-Regency to catch wind of Lord Byron's involvement in our movement, they'd seize his estate and send him to the gallows, where he would be of no use to anyone. And so, though it sickens him to the soul, he plays the part of the loyal lord, knowing that one wrong move might prove his downfall. It is why he remains ever vigilant. Don't be surprised if he refuses you an audience, especially since you're famously dead.
Then I will have to think of a way to prove that I am neither wraith nor wrongdoer.
I I might have something which could help with the latter. It's the mark of the Guardians. Display it, and those who love Rosaria will know where your loyalties lie.
We again get one of those seals.
I shall wear it with pride.
Be sure that you do. I don't want my men attacking you again. Unless you deserve it. If only Sir Tyler could have been here to see you. Or the Lord Commander.
Thank you, Sir Wade. If there is ever anything you need.
I know. Go on now, my lord.
They went to this one. Oh, I think this is...
How accommodating. Do you really think they believe we are who we say we are?
Not a chance. Right, I guess. My uncle believes we're imposters here to rob him. He means to string us up himself.
Imagine my surprise when I was told my nephew had come to visit. Clive Rosfield died long ago. And for uttering his name here, you shall pay with your tongue!
Is this right?
You would mock me as well?
It is I, Sir Crandall of Camelot, loyal servant to Her Serene Holiness, Saint Sybil the Unshard. Meadow, thou vile sorcerer, for thy crimes against church and crown, I shall have thy head.
Something he only remembers.
Curse thee, infectious flax wench. Even in death, must thou plague me still? Very well. I shall open the gates of hell, that thou might see thy charge once more.
Bravo, Uncle. You're still the finest Meadow in the twins.
Clive, my dear boy, it's really you. You always were fond of that scene from The Saint in the Sanctuary. Never did let me play Sir Crandall.
I have a favor to ask, Uncle Byron.
Rutherford, inform the kitchens. There'll be guests. We dine immediately.
But, Uncle...
You can't very well regale me with the tale of your miraculous preservation on an empty stomach. Go on, sit. See that you use the good plates, Rutherford. So you arrived late to one of her cullings, did you? Since becoming Vicereine, Annabella has been a constant thorn in Rosaria's side, but these atrocities are a new low. Something has changed. Quite what, I don't know, but the woman we knew is gone, and a monster sits in her place.
A monster.
For better or worse, I've been charged with governing this town, and thus must maintain the illusion of obedience. It's all I can do to aid Wade and his merry band of revolutionaries.
So he's told us. You have risked much for Rosaria. Our nation will be forever in your debt.
It has been 20 years, Clive. The nation your father and your forefathers fought to defend is no more. Perhaps it would be otherwise had I the courage of my brother. All right, if it's a ship you require, a ship you shall have. I've a galley in port, but recently relieved of her cargo. She can be outfitted for the voyage in a matter of weeks.
So you believe us then? About everything?
Believe you? Ha! Only a fool would believe even half of the things you claim. But until tonight, only a fool would have believed my nephew still lived. Besides, I have it on good authority that Clive is telling the truth.
Whose authority?
On your own, of course. You've always been a terrible liar.
Is that true?
It's not untrue.
Let's say no more about it, eh? It wouldn't do to linger on my nephew's greatest failing. The one thing I cannot believe, though, is all this about you being Sid. You were always such a good boy. But now you're quite the outlaw. Which, if I'm not mistaken, would make me an outlaw's uncle. Right then, who shall we pillage first? Rutherford, fetch me my cutlass. This will be fun.
Okay, the ship.
Over there. Go on.
She's a fine ship, isn't she? Once outfitted, she'll bear us across the boiling sea to Drustinus in the space of 3 days. Something on your mind?
Monsters. When I served the Iron Kingdom, I did so because I saw no other choice. Because once they learned that Lash would not move me, they turned it on those who could. And so I became their puppet. I let them pull my strings, telling myself it was not my hand that swung a sword, but another's. I removed myself from the truth so I wouldn't feel the pain it caused. And before I knew it, I no longer felt anything. Anything at all. I had become a monster.
Jill.
I don't want to be a monster, Clive. Do you understand? I want to choose a different path, a better path. To live on my own terms. But before I can do that, I need to come to terms with my past.
And when you do, I'll be standing there with you, just as you stood with me.
Thank you, Clive. I must atone for my sins. Only then, when it's done, will the monster cease to be.
Just promise me that you won't die with it. Now, let's get some sleep. The journey back to Benamir is long, and there is much to tell the others.
Aha, it really is. Return to the Hideaway. Okay, let's go. European monsters.
Only the Founder knows what awaits us in the Iron Kingdom. But Vivian could probably make an educated guess.
I think I need supplies.
That monster's taken quite a liking to lead.
And what can I do for you? Coin purse weighing you down? You're rubbing me blind, you know. It'd better all be here. You'll not find a better price than that. You're rubbing me blind, you know. Is that all?
Maybe I'll check because I'm here.
Back, are ya? What do you want? That it? Fine.
Ah, there is some kind of side quest.
You look like you could do with a drink.
This is for the house.
Oh, keep your mug handy.
Maeve over there is the best thing to happen to Hideaway since, well, ever. she's got a smile like sunshine, and she can pull an ale like no other.
I didn't take you for a scholar, Yvan.
Oh, this? Well, it's Valisthea, A Culinary Pilgrimage. I borrowed it from old tomes. Seems there's no creature in the realm so foul it can't be cooked up into something delicious.
Think I'll stick to the unfoul ones, thanks.
Oh, where's your sense of adventure, Sid? Honestly, one glance at these recipes, and even you would trade in your sword for a butcher's cleaver. From spit roasts to sweetmeats, this book has them all. What I wouldn't give to bring these recipes to life.
If it's my blessing you're hoping for, then by all means.
Well, I'm no hunter, Sid. The first ton of worm I came across would be the death of me. But you're made of sterner stuff. Would you help me resurrect one of these recipes?
Okay, let's do it.
Something tells me you won't be taking no for an answer. Fine, I'll help.
Fantastic! Thank you.
So, dare I ask what's on the menu?
Chance's Stew. It was once a favourite among the gourmands of Oriflamme, if the author is to be believed. Though Molly's never heard of it. The only problem is that while the recipe is extremely detailed in most respects, it's infuriatingly cryptic as to the main ingredient. A beast, no doubt. Most likely something that would make easy work of a simple cook with more broth than brawn, but unwanted violets. I've no idea what they might be.
Does the book say anything else?
Well, only that the sweetest violets sprout atop the bed of roses.
Roses. Rosaria, perhaps? One of the butchers in Martha's Rest might know something. I'll ask next time I'm there.
Okay, it seems that we need to visit Martha's Rest. Okay, over here, Martha's Rest. And speak with Butcher.
Thank you for sticking with us.
Those of us who are still here have to look after each other, don't we? So,
Ah, welcome. Times may be hard, but if you got the gill, I got the goods. What can I do you for?
Unwanted violets, if you have them. Though I'd gladly settle for learning what they are if you don't.
Why, I haven't heard folk call them that since I was a lad. You're looking for scorpion tails. Unwanted violets is what folk used to call them back in the day. They turn a wicked purple when you boil them up. Hence the name. Used to chuck them in the pot when there weren't nothing else on offer. And there was a war on, that sort of thing. Thankfully, things aren't yet as hard as that. And even if they were, you wouldn't find anyone selling them these days.
Do the scorpions still live nearby?
I dare say they do. 3 Reeds would be your best bet. Memory serves.
Thank you. You've been most helpful.
So it seems that we need to go probably down.
Stay sharp.
After what the Empire did to
Don't you go causing any trouble.
Ambrosia won't help me here.
Maybe I'll try once more.
Let's go. Run like the wind. Scorpions. At least I know what I'm up against.
Unwanted Violet. The tail of certain species of scorpion are prized as a delicacy. The trace amount of poison remaining in their flesh, lending them a certain piquancy. The common masked scorpion, however, not only lacks a stinger, but sustains a diet of mudworms and bugbears, tending its flesh altogether more troubling than.
I better get this back to Yvan before it goes bad. Or any worse, at least.
Ready, go? Fly, Ambrosia.
Maybe I need to check where is the... this time actually we can go this way.
Straight home now. Good girl.
I checked that. Interesting to see what this recipe looks like.
Did you find our mystery ingredient?
I did indeed.
Marvelous! Let's see. What am I supposed to do with this? It's poisonous, surely.
You wouldn't be wrong. But that's your unwanted violet.
Into the pot it goes, I suppose. Wait here. I won't be long.
Sometime late.
I present Chance's Stew, risen once again from the ashes of obscurity. Grab a spoon, Sid. Let's eat while it's hot.
I'm hungry.
Well, it'll be too late once I've licked the bowl clean. Your loss.
Is it safe?
Odin's teeth. What assault on the senses. It's like choking on swamp water. And yet, up through the pungency, there rise complex, meaty notes. It takes a moment to recover from such an onslaught of flavours, but never have I tasted anything so fine. Thank you, Sid. Thank you.
Welcome.
Share this gift. I won't rest until a steaming bowl of Chance's Stew sits before everyone in the Hideaway. A single mouthful, and Molly will be breeding scorpions of her own.
I'm sure she will.
Culinary Pilgrimage. Aha. Badge of Mettle. Increase defense. Okay, this is nice. Maybe I actually change my gear. We have attack, but I changed to defense. And of course it's always good to save.
Well, that was certainly not what I expected.
I check there might be another.
That monster's taking quite a liking to me.
Deadlands wouldn't be half as bad without all the bloody dust.
Or maybe I check these places because I'm here. Here is the Ambrosia saddle. Apples. So actually those three things. I check anything new. Ah, Tyranny. All quiet in the Dominion. Dozmare and the Imperials are at standoff. They snare at each other, fangs buried like slum cars, but neither wants to make the first move. It's almost as if they both realize what a stinking pile of chocobos they have stepped in. If I were a man to Levinbolt, I put my copper on this conflict not playing out anytime soon. I shall keep you apprised. The flame none brighter. My lord Marquis, I ask once again for you forgive my men for your welcome back at the Lazarus, but certainly you can understand that you were the last person any of us were expecting to see at our gates. In the short time since our reunion, you have shown yourself to the high letter oblivion. I'm continuing again my journey. In the short time since our reunion, you have shown yourself to be self-same man I followed in the Stillwind those many years ago. The true bravery of your father's legacy, if only Sir Tyler, the Lord Commander, and all the others who were lost that night were still with us to see how bright your flame now burns. To you and your cause, I hereby pledge the swears of the Guardians and proud to stand alongside you once again. And then one more message. This is from Otto. Last from yard ran up basket of martellus dust this morning, sweet as honey and crisp as the morning breeze they were. I thought myself I was only going to have one, but I reckon if no one else listens to the old Otto, I don't have to either. You let Nickel and his lot know they have done a fine job. Was the time you would catch none but Sid supping on tears, what were they fall by, but for him it never were about the flavor, but about what they represented, our ability to make it our own. And look at us now, Sid would be proud. Okay, so there were a couple of new messages. I check anything new here. Aha, we need to go to the other side. So it's on the other side.
It's bad without all the bloody dust.
Probably this way. There is Moogle again. I just check if here Nectar has anything. Maybe I just ask about Hans. The Ghostbreakers don't just stack up any old rumors to this board. You know, they take great pains to verify even little detail, Kupo. So you don't go letting off the hard work to go waste, Kupo. Don't you let me, I mean them down. Yes, those landscapes and views, especially behind us. And okay, so there are still these two new missions. There seems to be something here.
There are new billets being
I check what is this.
but not enough swords to see to them.
This seems a little bit special. It's green, but it's marked as plus.
Clive! Oh, am I glad to see you.
Is something wrong?
It's Blackthorn. He ain't himself. And if I'm honest, he ain't been for a while. That normally it only takes a couple of drinks to perk him back up, but not this time. Something's getting him down. And whatever it is, he ain't telling. It's like he's lost his spark, you know? He's barely got enough fire in his belly to get the ump about stuff. But I'm thinking he might if we both bent his ear, because he respects you, innit? So, what do you say?
This is our blacksmith.
Fine. If you think it will help.
Knew you'd understand.
But if he doesn't want to talk, we let him be. He'll open up when he's ready.
All right. Now, he'll only smell a rat if we both turn up at once. So, I'll go first, and you can meet us at the forge. Wait a bit, then head over when you're ready.
Blacksmith Blues. So it's blues time. They came at the same time.
First August, and now you. What are you picking up to? What's it got to do with me?
August was worried that something had been weighing on your mind. I thought you might want to talk about it.
Did you now? I told you not to stick your nose in my business. What'd you go and do?
Clive just wants to help, innit? What's so bad about that? Talk to him. You never know, you might feel better for getting it all out in the open. Please, mate. I'm worried about you.
Phil, shut you up. It's nothing really. Stupid. Not the sort of thing you bother people about.
Why don't you tell us all the same?
Karen and I have an arrangement. I keep an eye on Goots, and she shows me what the competition's up to. Interesting arms and armor, things like that. Anyway, the other day, she shows me a cuirass she's come by. Masterpiece of level work. Light, supple, and tougher than it had any right to be. Made my stuff look like heavy, clumsy shit. Should have brought the bastard thing there and then just to study it, but I was too proud. Now, every time I reach for my hammer, I'm reminded that I'm not the craftsman I thought I was. There. You happy? You got what you came for. Now piss off.
Alright. We're going.
So probably we need to find that letterwork.
I always thought of old Blackthorn as a bit of a force of nature. Like a storm cloud full of ale. I didn't think anything could rattle him. Least of all a stupid piece of leather.
Blackthorn's always taken pride in his craft. Questioning it means questioning himself. Something tells me this is only going to get worse. If he has doubts, it will affect his work, which will only add to his problems. We need to nip this in the bud.
I couldn't agree more.
He said he should have bought that cuirass. Perhaps we should track it down for him. Assuming you're happy to help, that is.
Too bloody right I am.
Glad to hear it. First things first, then. We need to speak to Karen.
Okay, time to
quite a liking to
back
Lady
to
Karen.
He's not a monster. He's Torgal. And he'd take a liking to you too if you gave him as many nuts as Nan does.
Karen, do you have a moment? Blackthorn mentioned that you'd recently come by a leather cuirass. An exquisite example of the craft, from what he told us.
And he ain't been himself since he saw it. So we thought we'd buy it for him.
Sorry, sold it already. Didn't think Blackthorn cared for it the way he turned his nose up. But it was nicely put together, that's for certain. Even if the bloke who made it is a bit of an odd one. Happened across him on my travels. Makes all his stuff to order, but the fella who commissioned it refused to pay. He didn't like the colour of summit. So I took it off his hands for a fair price.
You don't know where we might find him, do you?
Like I said, he's a bit of an odd one. Doesn't even have a workshop. Don't trust hunters neither, which means he spends as much time out tracking beasties as he does working their hides.
I see.
He did tell me something, though. Apparently, his next commission's for a set of griffin hide greaves.
Here, there's a griffin on the hunt board. The curse breakers were placing bets on who'd bag it. Now, where the bleeding hell was it sighted? Somewhere in Sambrec, maybe. Cairnorvin, that was it.
Thank you, Karen. We'd be lost without you.
At least you admit it.
So, let's Sounds like going after that griffin might be the best chance we have of finding our roaming leatherworker.
I'll leave the hunting to you if you don't mind. While you get on with that, I'll ask around the markets. See if I can't sniff out who he is and where he's hiding.
Good idea. Hopefully one of us will be able to track him down.
Okay, time to go outside. A Culinary. Here is almost like Culinary, but okay, this is a little bit funny. Use the board. Aha, okay. I need to go back. It was actually message board. Nectaro Moogle. I need to check that board. It is heroes have some kind of same kind of features. Aha, okay, it was here. Ask about griffin sightings. Did I hear you say we're hopping hunt down griffin kupo? Horrible. Dozmare. Especially horrible on the local score Dozmare. Now I have one more. And this time it's this one. It is written so small. While passing along the trail from Lost Wing to Cure Noven, one of out order was met with a sudden blast of wind so strong that it bent back the trunks of old oaks, and heard a cry so terrible that he ran for his life. Questioning the locals revealed that this area was nesting place of the elder griffin known as Dozmare, a beast much hated for its appetite both for chocobos and for children. Location seems to care Novent Gate, West Gate. I think I look at this from the map. Sunbrick. And it seems that it's class B. It's even harder class. Okay, now we know I've asked Use the hunt board to locate the griffin. Auditing. Okay, let's try again this view. Okay, now we know this. But we cannot do anything else. We gotta try. Did you hear? Lucas called Dozmare. Okay, then we get this one. We click this. But we can only close. Maybe I check. Now I at least know the location. I check and okay, let's see.
Finish with that, Knox.
Use the hunt board to locate. Owen. Maybe I go there and check if anything happens. If this is enough. Aha, it still used the hunt board. So it seems that we still, it was not enough. So if the place name doesn't tingle your pom-pom couple, try reading the witness statement. Sometimes there are details in them that might help you track the nasties down and finish them off. So this... Did I hear? You say hoping for hunter griffin couple, then I do have built for your couple, and special horrible on the Lucas Dozmare. And then we get this one. Ah, okay. Okay, here it is said, Garden Ovent, Westgate, Sunbreaker. Auditing. Nothing cannot do, yeah. think what can be done is close. But okay, location seems to be kind of went Westgate. Okay, maybe I check one thing. Are there anything else?
How did we never
Okay,
hear?
then I think I try to locate the location. Let's see. So okay, it must be this. Then Glorious Gate, Holy Eye, Cutter Gate, Lost Wing, Hanged Man. Glorious Gate. Aha, gliding over it. This is the area. Norvent is actually over here. River Gate, Norvent, Glorious Gate. I think it was Westgate. Cutler's Gate. There are actually two gates, and I think it wasn't any of those. So there might be area below. Do we have anything below? No. thought I checked up one. Aha, now we... okay, that was Dragon Sarah. We still have this glorious gate. Then we have a river gate. This goes a little bit locating. I think I try this one. Okay, there is a river gate. What I have known. Glorious gate. Okay, I only know two different ways. And I check, was it really West Gate? So yeah, it might be that I leave this for later. I know two different locations, but yes, it's really West Gate. I know when West Gate Sunbrick. While passing along the trail from Lost Wing to Carnowen, one of our order was met with a sudden blast. So it is from Lost Wing to... Maybe I try once more, then I leave it for later. Seems to be try to find the red cross on the map, and I think they say something like from Lost Wing. So they traveled from Lost Wing to Noe Cavern. Of course I can always go this way. Just a sec. Here is another way. Unreachable.
Good day to you.
The crystals we get from the tail are all but worthless.
Another way. Okay, now we are on the right track.
No use calling Ambrosia now.
Nomad Valley.
Ready, go? Fly, Ambrosia.
Straight home now.
Farewell.
Time to fight.
Be safe. Fly, Ambrosia.
Straight home now.
I haven't been here. Ah, here is something. It is stone that, but I cannot identify.
Griffins don't exactly make for easy prey. Let's hope our craftsman hasn't bitten off more than he can chew.
Ah, this sounds like that I finally found the place. It was marked like no Western Gate, but there is actually River Gate. What was said sound very good. Okay, this is the place. Nice. Finally we found the dog. Pii.
We'll have to wait. Look sharp.
Aha, this was a tough one. Mark B. This was my first Mark B class. At level 28. What did we get? Okay, special crafting material, Scarlet, one of the hardest metals known to man. Scarletite is highly sought after by those with the means to pay its exorbitant asking price. A price determined not by its rarity, but due to the fact that forge must employ no fewer than 5 healthy periods to produce flames hot enough to melt ore, at which time it takes upon the deep scarlet ore from which it takes its name.
Something there, boy.
This is probably our craftsman. Okay, we found our man.
You alright?
Dare say I'll survive. That griffin caught me before I could get an arrow off. Must have lost sight of me in the grass, though. I'd be dead if it hadn't.
More likely than not.
The name's Camille. I'm a lowly leather worker, if you couldn't tell by the smell of me.
Not so lowly from what I hear. Do you remember selling to a merchant by the name of Karen?
She's not an easy woman to forget. It was a caress from me after I lost my buyer. Quite taken with my work, as far as I recall. Didn't stop her bartering me down to a pittance, though. She send you for a refund?
It's not her who sent me.
Well, consider me flattered.
You should be. He's a master of his art, and not an easy man to impress.
Blacksmiths are proud folk. It's a rare thing indeed for one to praise a glorified tanner. And I don't imagine an impressive swordsman like yourself would be getting your steel from any but the best. I'd dearly love to help a fellow craftsman, but... Actually, I suppose you could give him this.
What is it?
Treated leather. Same stuff I used to make that cuirass. If your man's as skilled as he sounds, he'll know what he's looking at.
You sure?
Well, you did save my life. And thanks to you, I'll be going home with all the griffin hide I can carry. I'd say it's the least I can do. Short of showing him how to make the thing myself, that is. But there are rules against it. Secrets of the trade and whatnot.
In that case, I'll see that he gets it.
I'd be much obliged if you would. Right. I've got some greaves to make. You send your blacksmith my regards.
Will do. And thank you. Hopefully this will sweeten Blackthorn's mood.
Looks like we needed rank B target. Now, how we get outside? Aha. And then I make a little save.
monster's taken quite a liking to Lady Karen.
And with a bit of luck, Clive might even find the geezer.
Bloody busybodies, the both of you.
How'd it go, Clive? Did you find him, or does the hunt continue?
I found him. And he asked me to give you this, along with his regards.
A sample of supply hide raised to the artisan Camille's exacting standard. It has trace of the barrier mask of lesser letters, instead smelling faintly of roses.
You're joking.
You're joking.
He said he wouldn't teach you how to work it, but that if you were as skilled as you sounded, you'd have no trouble understanding how it was done.
So that's his secret. Crafty bastard. He's layered and cross-grained it. Good few times too. No wonder it's tough. And that's no ordinary oil he's used to get that finish. Oh, this is fine work. Even finer than I thought.
Yeah? I'll take your word for it. Just looks like leather to me. Still, I'm glad you're happy. Here, Clive. You didn't happen to catch the fella's name, did you?
Camille, I believe.
I thought as much. There ain't many leather workers in the realm daft enough to do their own hunting, see? And his name kept cropping up when I was asking around. Turns out he's from Tabor. And again, most leather workers are. But our friend Camille guards a long-held family secret, the details of which are the subject of some debate in the leather-working community.
Then we better keep this close to our chests.
Listen, sorry for putting the both of you to all that trouble. Should have kept my moaning to myself. Still, I'm glad you found him. This has cheered me right up.
That was the idea. Clive's idea, anyway. He did most of the work.
It's good to have you back, Blackthorn.
Just don't expect me to go turning out work like this. There's a reason he does his own hunting. He knows exactly what hides to look for. And that's how he gets them to layer up so nicely. And don't get me started on how much oiling this leather would need. I reckon I can make something about as good. Something a Cursebreaker will have no trouble caring for. Anyway, enough narrowing. I've got work to be getting on with.
Looks like we won't be needing a new blacksmith.
As if there was a better one out there. I wouldn't have been the same anyway. No one spins a yarn like old Blackthorn in his cups. Right, now that's sorted. I've got duties to attend to. Thanks, Clive. You've given me my mate back.
Blacksmith Blues. Aha, we got something special. Drakeslayer Gear Design Draft. A diagram detailing the steps to craft a belt and one braces fit for hero, necessary for crafting Drakeslayer Gear. Oh, we got something special. Drakeslayer Gear Recipes are unlocked. Oh no, oh yes. So this was the reason why there was green plus. It was special quest. Design drafts. You have obtained the design draft for Drakeslayer Gear. The design drafts unlock new crafting options at the Black Hammer. Visit Blackthorn in the Hideaway for details on material requirement.
What do you need? What do you want?
There is a reinforce. These are Crafting. Aha. Levinbolt. If we have flame tongue, then we can do better weapon. One eye material is missing. Aha, we first need to do this flame tongue. Then we can, when we have flaming tongue, we can craft Levinbolt. So first we need this.
Not bad, if I do say so myself.
I don't equip it yet. And then we can upgrade it to this one. We get better from heaven on high. Far did his bolt fall for to deliver justice.
Should last you a good while.
Okay, now we have better sword. We need one electrum to upgrade. And then we need gelatinous mass. What about reinforce? And I check still. Okay, so we have better sword.
Monster's taken quite a liking to Lady Cameron.
As a last, I still visit
Did you come to borrow a
1,000 loose stones. Or 1,002.
Is there something I might assist you with, Clive?
1,000 stones.
I have compiled some new entries, if you would like to see them.
Not
study the tomes?
Almost level 3. I just look one person. Young brother of the late Archduke Yvan and Warden of the Port Isolde. Attier the duchy was incorporated in the empire, and pirates stripped of his titles. He shut himself away in his manor and gladly volunteered every kilo of the onerous taxes and tariff which he was newly burdened, all to avoid drawing the empire's ire and to keep the attentions from his support for the Guardians of the Flame. And then there are 7 high houses, the highest noble houses of old Rosario, of which House Rosefield is the first and foremost. They have their roots in the trading dynasties of the small independent nations that were united upon the founding of the duchy. The houses had a prominent voice in ducal politics, but this was silenced when the region fell to the empire and Empress Annabelle took Rosario's reigns. A clandestine group of ducal loyalists who led the rebellion against the imperial occupation of Rosario and Empress Annabelle. Many of them number are drawn from those who survived the imperial attack on Phoenix Gate in the year 860, who know full well the empire's involvement in the duchy fall. They make their home in the abandoned Lazarus district outside Post Isolde, where they will conduct their raids to the free bearers from the imperial yoke. Let's look one more. Loyal Seal of Rosaria thought he was thought to have died during attack on Phoenix Gate. He somehow survived not only the disaster but the imperial conquest that followed. He and other like-minded seals took up residence in the abandoned Lazarus and found the Guardians of the Flame, brothers in arms who fight for the restoration of the duchy. I check. Okay, it was the same. It was the same in the very beginning. Who was rescuing Sir Elvin and Joshua. He is still alive.
You are always welcome, Clive.
Okay, I think this is kind of good stopping point this time. I want to thank you for watching and stopping by.